Hello, boys and girls. It's time for another episode of Stupid. Wait a minute, how's this thing work? Oh, wait a minute. Stupid Pedal Tricks with your host, Pink Jimmy Photon. How you been? How's your ma? Talked to her lately? If you got one still, give her a ring. Anyways, today we're going to talk about knobs on guitars, particularly this weird tone knob variation thing that I came up with. Of course, since I'm fucking Photon, I call it the photone. Because I can. Basically what it is it's a low pass and a high pass filter on one knob. What's this, you say? A low pass filter is a normal tone control. You turn it down, it rolls the tone down. It changes the resonance, which apparently makes it sound like it's shunting treble frequencies to ground. Okay? And so, therefore, it gets muddier when you turn it down. A high pass is the opposite. What it does is you turn it down, it removes bass, okay? So basically what I did was I went and took a bog standard 500K audio pot. I like Burns pots, but you might like other ones, whatever you prefer. The key is you really want it to be an audio taper for this particular application. And what you're going to do is you put it in line with your audio, basically. You can tap it off however you want to. But the way that it works, ideally, is like this. You would take off, like, say, the output of your switch or something. You would go to the middle lug of the 500K pot. The left lug, looking from the back, which would be lug number 1, you're going to put a 22 nanofarad cap from that lug to ground. You can ground it right on the back of the pot. As long as the pot's connected to ground, it'll work. Okay? And you take the right side, and what you do is you take a 2.2 nanofarad cap, and you put it between the middle and the right side of the pot. Okay? You take the output from your switch, goes to the middle of the pot. The right side of the pot, along with the other side of that little 2.2 nanofarad cap, is your new output to the rest of the circuit. You know, your output jack, or, you know, like if you had a bass cut like I often do or whatever. But basically, I'm going to just show you what can happen with this kind of tone knob and the different changes it can make. What it does is when the guitar knob is all the way up, it's effectively the pot is out of the circuit because it's basically shorted out when you have it turned all the way up. But there's always a little bit of resistance, you know, like a couple of stray ohms or fractions of an ohm or whatever. The cap floats the pot, so the pot's completely out of the load as a pickup as far as the circuit's concerned, as far as I can tell. As you turn it down, it starts to cut bass, which gives you more options because you can like dial in very like glassy kind of telly kind of tones. Once you get down about halfway on the pot, as you start turning it down, it starts to act like a normal tone control. But the thing with this that's cool is when the pot's all the way up and it's out of the circuit, it's like having a built-in boost on your guitar. Okay? So anyways, I'm calling this one Use Your Knobs because that's what it's all about, is using your knobs. So what I'm going to do is, while I keep babbling at you like the fool that I am, I'm going to go and pull this thing over here so that we can make some kind of setup to, I'll use my grinder, that ought to work, to get this thing to stand up so you can kind of see. Okay. I'm using the Boss SE70 on a patch that I wrote called Use Your Knobs. It's the crunch distortion setting with gain set about 20. I've got a noise gate on there with a real fast release. And there's a little bit of panning going back and forth and some reverb. The rest of it's just normal Marshall. I'm going to turn the guitar up just a little bit. You can hear the gate. Turn the tone control all the way down. A little bit at a time, I'm going to turn it up. Right about there is the normal. With the tone control on 10. Right about there. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. like out of the circuit when it's halfway up. Or not really out of the circuit, it's more like standard tone control all the way. Because we turned it up. That's all the way up. We turn the guitar up. All the way down on the tone control. When you use this kind of tone control, one of the things that's kind of cool is the way that it affects the when you cut the bass, it makes the mid-range, particularly the upper mid-range, more prominent. New strings. All those different kinds of tones are just coming just from messing with the tone knob. Hopefully you can hear some of the differences tone control makes in that. I know a lot of it was just repetitive nonsense and bullshit. But I was just trying to go and show the tonal differences. I could hear them in the room, but it's a little different than when it gets, transmitted through earbuds or out of a phone, after being squished down to like infinitesimally smaller amounts of data than it actually is. Basically, I was using this crap here, pair of 12-watt Marshalls, and the SE70, which is one of my favorite, like, old school kind of deals. I'll show you what was on as I go through here. It's basically just OD, overdrive, some EQ, panning, and reverb. In case you have one of these and are wondering how I did it. I think I need to get my shit together because I have a doctor's appointment in a little bit. I'm going to see a neurosurgeon guy about getting some work done on my neck so I can get my hands back 100%. Really sucks not being able to freaking play right. I don't have to go through all this crap. I can just hit exit. And there you go. Use your knobs. Anyways, Jimmy Photon down here in the dungeon. Wish y'all peace and love. Blessed Soin to those who celebrate. And we'll see you next time. Be excellent to each other. Peace.